What's up, guys? Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Part 3 of A Monument to All Your Sins, which is complete every level of Halo Reach on Legendary by yourself. So start up by sprinting, and then we're going to go up behind this elite, backsmack them. Don't go into the animation because that will get more attention from the enemies, and they'll possibly wake up. Go to this area, and we're just going to run along the right side here. Just going to sprint ahead, and then we're going to run past all of these enemies. And we're going to jump down here. I like to stop sprinting at this point so I could gather it for when I get up and jump onto this balcony over here by this building, whatever this is. We're going to jump on this structure, jump onto this balcony, and then we're going to start sprinting with our full sprint, wrap around the right side. Sometimes enemies see you, sometimes they don't. It depends where they spawn. It's totally random. So if they do see you and you have trouble getting through there, just restart. And this section right here is similar. There's a health pack on the wall to the left of the doorway we just ran through. And we want to run ahead here to the right. And sometimes there's a bunch of enemies here, sometimes there's not. I like to throw a grenade. That wasn't a great one. But anyway, I like to throw a grenade sometimes if there's a group of grunts right there because they dive out of the way more often, and I'm allowed to kind of move through without getting shot at as much. There's a health pack down there. You don't necessarily need to grab it, but we're going to move up here, and you want to have your gun ready to shoot and kill that grunt on the turret. And then we're going to sprint down to the right over here, and we're going to throw our second grenade, or both of them if we have both still, at these guys to similarly distract them so they could dive out of the way, and we could move past more easily without them firing back at us for some period of time. And of course, use your gun to try to kill them as fast as possible, and if not, stun them while you move past them, but just always keep moving forward. And as you get close, you can melee them as well to throw them off balance and also hopefully just straight up kill them. But both of my grenades were awful. I don't think anyone dove out of the way, and it didn't really afford me any extra time or safety, but throw better grenades than I would, and it'll serve you better. So we are going to move on to this section now that we're here, and we hop up on top of this rock. It's totally safe. The only unsafe thing is these giant things may actually come up and roar at you, and they won't hurt you if you're up on top of the rock, but they're the kind of the force that they emit when they roar might knock you back, and it won't hurt you, but you could get knocked off to the ground, and then you're vulnerable to attacks from them and also the grunts over here. So I like to just hang out on that rock and just shoot the grunts and kill all those guys, and then I like to turn my attention to the two giant beasties, and we'll kill them. So you don't have to do that. You could run through, but it's just a lot safer to just do that real quick. This mission is already super fast as it is, so we're just going to take that extra time to be extra safe. And then we're going to move past these MOA, and we're going to, or maybe we'll shoot at them too, you know, whatever you're feeling. And then we'll move past these guys as well. On the right, there's a big firefight happening over there. There's some militia we're supposed to help out. There's a bunch of Covenant waves of enemies that keep coming in drop ships, and we're just going to ignore that. You could go down through the river over there if you're not great at this jump, but you jump on this rock, and then you could crouch jump up to here. If you're not feeling that, you could always just go through the little water, river, whatever that is over there, and wrap around the long way. It's a little more risky because it's closer to the enemies in the center there, but it's just a lot easier if you're not feeling extra crouch jumpy today. But we're just going to move through this section. There's no enemies here, so you don't have to worry about that. There's some mysterious disappearing MOA, if you want to ponder that while you walk through. And then we're going to come upon Powerhouse, the multiplayer map, so we're going to skip that too. We're just skipping all the sections. That's what this mission is about. There's always one mission in a Halo game where you could just skip everything almost. So there's a health pack there if you need it, but we don't need it. We're going to move over here, and there's going to be an elite that's kind of patrolling around this bridge up here. So we're just going to wait for the elite to move, and we'll take that opportunity to strike. So he's in random positions when you come upon this area, so we can see he's not facing us. So you might think this is a good opportunity to strike, which it might be, but I'm not sure exactly when he last moved, so I'm just going to wait for him to move, and then that way I know he just moved and he won't be moving anytime soon, so I could close the gap at that point, and then I'll assassinate these grunts. I like to hit them in the front of their body to lessen the chance that their the pack on the back of them will explode, the methane tank. So you can see one of them, you know, happen to explode anyway, but it's less likely if you punch them from the front. And we're going to drive this forklift over here, and I'm going to get it a little stuck on this little diagonal piece of metal behind me. But you want to park it so it's kind of parallel parked with the left side up against the gate here, and we'll be able to actually bail out. And when you bail out of a forklift, you always bail out to the left. So we're going to use that to get through the gate here. So we want to line up the forklifts, and we can turn our camera to see where we're kind of bailing out because it's a third-person point of view. And you can see that third time that it worked, we were lined up so that when we bailed out, our bodies actually went out to the left and went right between those two doors. So you just kind of get squeezed through and you come out on the other side, and you totally bypass that whole powerhouse section. You despawn all of the enemies in here, so we could just run to the end at this point. This is the last part of the mission. So we've done it. That's it. The one thing I will say about this last section is once you get through the gate using the forklift, you want to immediately sprint in this direction and go to the end of the mission right away. If you hang out by that gate, it'll actually just spawn in all of the enemies anyway. The gate will open up. The phantom that's kind of hanging out by the cliff over there will come up and start shooting at you. So don't let that happen to you. Just run to the end, and then you can celebrate, and you get this nice cutscene. And that is it for this one, the quickest and easiest mission in Halo Reach. I'll see you for the next one when we tackle Tip of the Spear on Legendary. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found that video helpful, be sure to click on the scorpion icon to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. You could also check out some related guides by clicking on the videos on screen, and you can find links in the description for other social media links of mine. Stay tuned for more Halo guides, and I'll see you in the next one.